Welcome back. All right, so more signings to talk about and a trade as well. So Ryan Strome has gone to the Anaheim Ducks. Signs a 5-year deal with the Ducks, and they paid a healthy price too, $5 million per season. So Pat Verbeek sees something with Ryan Strome that he likes. We'll see how things go for the Ducks. They, of course, added Vetrano today, and he said a lot of nice things about the Anaheim organization. So clearly, while Verbeek is still saying they're in a rebuild, there's no rush, he is filling out this roster nicely. And again, we'll see how this Strome contract works because the $5 million to me seems a little bit high. But again, Anaheim might know something that we, the general population, don't know. The one funny thing about today, and I always get a kick out of this with free agents, is when free agents make up their minds, everybody knows exactly what went through their mind and why they made the decision, and that the decision was always about screwing over the team that they played with. I always get a kick out of that. All right, also in signing news, Andre Kase has joined the Carolina Hurricanes, a 1-year deal for $1.5 million. If Kase could stay healthy, he would be much wealthier as a hockey player. I feel bad. Like, Kase has good hands. He has good finish. He's a good player. Seems like a good team guy. And he again, the $1.5 million is a deal as long as he's able to stay healthy, and that's been the problem. So after Toronto did not qualify him, he is now a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. I like the move for Carolina, therefore I'm wearing Carolina. Riley Smith does re-sign with Vegas. This deal was agreed upon weeks ago. They could not announce it for reasons I mentioned in the Vegas video earlier. It is 3 years, $5 million per season. No surprise. Brett Howden is expected, signed as well, 1 year, $1.5 million. So those signings, a direct result of them getting Pacioretty and Coughlin off the roster. So for Vegas, rounding out their team. The Washington Capitals bring back Marcus Johansson on a 1-year deal worth $1.1 million. That's a good deal for Johansson, who I think was good for them after they picked him up. Just deadline acquisition, right? So it looked like a pure rental, and now he's back. They also went to the Ottawa Senators, and they acquired Connor Brown for a 2024 second. Interestingly, of course, the media had that before the Ottawa Senators had announced it. Before it had officially gone through, Pierre Dorian was being interviewed on Tim and Friends and said, "You've got good sources," and basically insinuated that the call hadn't gone through yet. So Connor Brown is now a member of the Washington Capitals. Good penalty killer. I'm anxious to see him on a line actually with Lars Eller. I think that could be a lot of fun for them. So the Capitals making some good moves, picking up Kemper, now picking up Brown. I think those are two really solid moves for them today. Also a player going back, hit the market, ends up going back where he was, and that's Nikita Zadorov, who returns to the Calgary Flames. A 2-year deal for Zadorov at $3.75 million per season. So cap hit is, I think, about the same as last time. He might have been 3.25, but Zadorov played very well for Calgary. I thought he had his best year of his career this year for Calgary, and so they're bringing him back. So the only one that they've lost is Johnny Hockey, of substance, and so now it's a question of what happens with Matthew Tkachuk as well. But yeah, Zadorov's back, so that blue line is in pretty good shape. One talking point that's out there is, okay, so you've got Johnny Gaudreau, you've got Patrick Laine. Columbus has two guys that can score. What if they're on a line together? And then the question becomes one of who's going to play down the middle. Now, it's not unheard of to have two wingers and a lower level center. Let's put it that way. It's normally called a donut line, which isn't good because it's insinuating there's a hole in the middle of the line, right? But in terms of center spot for the Columbus Blue Jackets, there is one interesting decision to be made here. So Boone Jenner, listed as a center. Cole Sillinger, listed as a center. Jack Roslovic. Sean Corrali, all listed as forwards down the middle. Now, what if you put Sillinger in the middle? What if you had Johnny Hockey, Cole Sillinger, and Patrick Laine as a line? Just give that a shot. That's the one thought I got on this. I don't have anything in this fight. I think that would just be a fun line to watch. Not a very physical line. That's one thing you would have to worry about there. It's not a very physical line. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below as to who would play down the middle of a line if the two of them were on the same line. No reason to think that necessarily happens. Columbus isn't done. There will be other moves made by Columbus, and watch for the trade market to really heat up now. There are teams that didn't get free agents signed today that now are going to use the trade route, and some that might have just looked at the market and said, it's a little rich for my blood, or those guys are overpriced. I like them, but not at that price, and so they'll go the trade route. And again, as I've mentioned earlier, free agency can be a little bit overstated, but as the channel numbers would show over the last few days, it is endlessly fascinating to all of us as hockey fans, because it's a chance for a reset. It's a chance to see what's going to happen, who's going to go where, and then we can all kind of fantasy book how the season might go. So Columbus, the expectations, I would say, have risen for them a little bit with the acquisition of Johnny Gaudreau, but we'll see what else they do the rest of the summer. Again, I don't think that they're done. I do think that bringing in Gaudreau might be a good way to convince Laine, get your name on your contract, and get out there, and we'll see what kind of chemistry they might have on the line. But again, it's who's going to play down the middle. So let me know your thoughts, your guess. Who would play down the middle of that line? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.